Greetings, everyone. We hope that you are okay wherever you are, and we trust that you had a wonderful weekend. Uh, I was in Limpopo over the weekend, traveled to a place called Palabora, where the Red October launched by the South African Communist Party. It was quite an exciting weekend, I must say. It's also good that one gets to visit other places that one has never been to. So it was quite exciting, and also to see those plantations in those areas. We spoke about migrants and South African workers that work on the farms. In the case of migrant workers, you know, the apartheid regime would employ migrant labor to work on farms. On payday, they will call the police and deport the workers without paying them. These are abused workers by the commercial farmers and the apartheid regime. It still continues in some parts of the country, in some farming communities, where even progressive political parties are failing to have access to those farm workers because they are kind of sealed off because these people don't want workers to come into contact with progressive organizations like trade unions and so on. So there's a lot of things. There are a lot of things, oppression going on in the farming communities. It's something that must be attended to because we stand opposed to the exploitation of workers. It doesn't matter the nationality of the worker, but we stand opposed to any form of exploitation of workers. But this is not what we want to talk about here. We want to clarify a point that we did clarify some time back. Comrades might have forgotten, because you will know that when the special permits were issued to Zimbabweans, those that are holders of these permits, their family members applied under them what we call a relative visa, which then expires on the day the permit expires. So there are people, therefore, that applied for these relative visas because their partners or parents are holders of ZEP, which expired on the 31st of December 2021. What is there now is the grace period. Now, we clarified that the grace period was only granted to holders of ZEP, but it was not granted to those that applied under the holders of ZEP. So if your visa, relative visa, was issued under a person that is a holder of ZEP, it is considered that your own visa expired on the 31st of December 2021 and you were not granted a grace period. So a grace period was only granted to holders of ZEP. So what this basically means, as we explained last time, is that you should be applying to move to another visa because you are considered to be illegal in South Africa, if I were to put it in that way. When you get to the port of entry, maybe you want to go home for Christmas, you are likely to be declared undesirable because to be considered that you have been staying in South Africa from the 1st of January 2022 illegal, so to speak. So you will certainly have challenges at the port of entry. And you need, therefore, to apply to renew your own visa. But you can only do so if the person that you applied under has renewed their own visa, which of course is taking longer. So that's the challenge. So we want to clarify this point, that you should not say you were given a grace period because you are not under the ZEP. It was only ZEP holders. But if you were under a person who's on hold of a ZEP, your own visa expired. That's the challenge. So if but you are able to apply to move to another visa, you are now changing the condition of the visa, because you are no longer applying under the person, you are applying on your own. As we said before, that you can only change the condition of your permit from your country of origin. So you need to go back to Zimbabwe in this case and apply. But if the person that you applied under, they submitted their application, you might then want to wait for them to renew their own visa, and then once they've been issued with a new visa, you then apply under them. But we don't know what will happen to you between the period that you are waiting for your partner's visa to be processed until that time that you submit your own application. So these are some of the issues that we will raise, because it has affected members of families that came to join their partners or their parents that are under ZEP. I must say that we have been trying our best to meet with the Director General of Home Affairs to clarify all these issues. This has not happened, but we keep on pressing that we finally meet to get all these issues that we have been raising to be clarified, so that holders of ZEP at least they get to understand what the DG says in terms of the questions that you have been sending to us, which we need to put to him. So we are waiting for that moment that we then engage with him. We also checked and we are still waiting for a response in case of those that have motor vehicles who are holders of ZEP. The Transport Department is refusing to renew your license disc if you're a holder of a ZEP. This is what we are told. We were speaking to some people. They are speaking on our behalf to the Department of Transport to get them to clarify this point, so that people are able to drive their vehicles without any problems during this grace period. So all these things, we are making a follow-up so that you get assisted. So if you have any issues that you want to raise or you want us to raise, please do indicate to us right in the comment section. We will certainly ask those questions on your behalf and we'll let you know. Please circulate this video to your contacts, and please do subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thank you to all of you that have subscribed. We note that others watch, they don't subscribe. When we post a video, they miss the video. Then after 2 weeks, they will then ask us things that we clarified on this YouTube channel. So this is why we encourage you that you subscribe, so that you don't miss any video. Otherwise, thank you so much. Goodbye.